And here we go. Here we go. It's gonna be a good one, y'all. What's good? It's your boy G, along with Alec. Also today, joined by our guy Noel. Thank you for joining us, bro. Another episode of 1600. A lot of good stuff going on here. I brought you in partnership with LA Sports Report. A lot of great stuff going on that page. Make sure you're tuned in on our platforms. Subscribe on YouTube. We're going to continue to bring great episodes to you each week, both with me and Alec, as you've seen on occasion. Noel has great content going on the page as well, and a lot of fun stuff going on there that you don't want to miss. So, yeah, excited to jump into it. Before we fully jump into it, you guys, we already know what we're adjusting today. Noel, just how you doing? Welcome to the show. Just give a first hello and how you feeling about everything going on across LA right now.
Hey, what's going on, guys? First, I appreciate y'all for having me. I've been wanting to jump on the show for a cool minute. Y'all got a fire setup and a lot of good cuts coming your way really soon. Got a lot to talk about today. But hey, just overall, really, really good time to be an LA sports fan. We're active all the way from basketball. You got college sports going on. You got baseball just getting started. I mean, it's beautiful to see right now. And, it feels like a day goes by and we are never bored. So it's amazing. Alec Garrett, thank you guys for having me on today.
Absolutely. Never bored at all. And with this guy you see in front of us right now, always plenty of entertainment in regards to LeBron. And he just today broke 40,000 points, setting another record as he continues to extend his lead from Kareem that he broke, 2 years ago now. And yeah, just continuing to prove why he is one of the greatest, and some will argue, and we'll talk about it, the greatest of all time in the NBA. So salute to him. I'll go to you first. What are your thoughts on LeBron breaking the record?
Hold up. First off, I just got to say, I just realized I know the dude in the corner of the picture. I went to high school with him.
Who is
That's wild. That's
in the corner, the white dude. Yeah, exactly.
Wow. That's great.
He was a year ahead of me, Sam Sheridan. So salute to him. I guess he was at the game. But yeah, I mean, LeBron, obviously, it's a salute to his greatness, his longevity, being able to cross that 40,000 point threshold. You really can't take anything away from this man's career. Like he's done it all, except get the win tonight. So we're gonna get into it. These Lakers can be inconsistent at times, but LeBron, he is the king for a reason, and it was dope to see him get this another notch on his belt, another achievement in his career. So,
you feel the same way?
Yeah, it's just crazy. I feel like coming into this game, obviously the number 40K is there, and the big accomplishment was when he passed Kareem against OKC, when he hit that fadeaway and they stopped the game and everything went really, really crazy. But yeah, it's just LeBron just continues to do what LeBron does, racking up achievements, kind of building up his points total to where it feels like, are we even ever going to see anybody get close? Like, I think a player getting to 30K is already amazing in itself. Not very many people are even able to get close to that, but 40K is just literally ridiculous at this point. And you factor in that he's super healthy this year, that if he wanted to, he can potentially get that 3-year deal that I know you guys were talking about in your last stream. So he potentially has a lot of basketball ahead of him. And the dude, he just continues to show that if you invest the money into your body, if you stay locked in and you stay focused, he can really accomplish anything. And it just speaks a lot for his legacy overall.
Absolutely, definitely a great thing, and we won't talk fully about the Lakers and what they got going on as a team just yet. I want to just continue to shine light on LeBron individually, and what you guys both said, I definitely echo to that. And with what he has going on, as you kind of alluded to, Noel, how far do you guys think he could take this? You think he can get 50,000 points, 55,000 points? I mean, you were quick. How far can he extend this lead he has right now?
Damn, you jump into 50 that quick, huh?
I'm just asking the question. Take it where you want to take
it. He could definitely get a couple or a few thousand more. I mean, it doesn't seem like he's slowing down. To Noel's point, like, I mean, he invests what do they say, like 1.5 million into his body every year, like that. So I'm sure he's got at least a couple years left in the tank. I always go back to that tweet of the dude saying LeBron's 30 years old. This fuckery won't last much longer. We're now 10 years later from that tweet, and he's still going strong, playing at an individual MVP type level. So he certainly could get a few more thousand if he wants to.
Got it. Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see. Definitely salute to him and what he does. For us as Laker fans here, where does this put him amongst the Laker greats? Does this help add to his legacy as a Laker, or are you still somewhat, as we talked about before, Alec, kind of indifferent about where he stands? I'll go to you, Alec, and then we'll go to Noel.
As a Laker great, I mean, for me, this is more so an individual achievement for LeBron and his career. as a Laker great, I mean, he's got the one title for us in 2020. So that's a positive. But I mean, this is the city of champions. And as Lakers fans, Lakers Nation, we care about putting up banners. So he's going to need to get another banner for us, I think, to be considered in that top of the top. But I mean, he's definitely already a Laker great in his what is it, 6 seasons now in LA. There's been some up and down moments, but he's definitely still a Laker great for sure.
Yeah, no words stand for you.
No, facts. Same here. I think when you look at the number of achievements that he's been able to capture as a Laker, I think it does add to his overall time and how fans are going to look at him in the future. I think the only thing that really hurts me is that we lost this game. And I feel like we continue to lose these big games on really, really honorable and memorable days that really the Lakers should come out and it should be the number one priority on their mind to win. And obviously, I know that they're not coming out flat. They don't want to lose to the Denver Nuggets. But, I mean, when you take a look back, that first game after Kobe Bryant's death, we lost to the Portland Trail Blazers. Even after his statue unveiling, we lost to the Denver Nuggets. And then we lose today after LeBron.
Stop scheduling the Nuggets for historical nights.
Exactly. It's like at a certain point, you can't let this team continue to come into your own house and beat you on really, really important days in your franchise's history. So I know it's a little different than the initial question, but I think that in this certain memory from today, I don't think it's going to age as greatly as we think just because we lost this game. I think that's what really bothers me about that.
Got it. I just see the opposite, to be honest with you. I do understand what you're saying. I think they're like, when we talk about Jordan things, we don't really nitpick games that he had in his career or look back at, oh, he missed this shot way back when, whatever. Maybe because we're young guys, we don't fully acknowledge it. Or even with Kobe, who we do remember, we don't go back and think about certain games where things were missed or games were lost. We acknowledge him for his legacy and what we're achieved. So I think LeBron breaking 40K and having his moment, regardless of how the game went in the moment, and to the point how it's gone a couple of times now when we have had major situations go down. I think just us being guys like LeBron being in the Lakers uniform on the court after these things happen, I think hold enough weight for a lot of people to still be properly acknowledged in a high way. So I know it's kind of odd for me. We've had our fun going at LeBron a bit, but no, I do acknowledge what he has done. And a day like today, for us in the moment, it's going to hurt, but 10 years from now, we ain't going to be thinking, oh, yeah, but they lost. Like, they ain't going to matter. So just want to celebrate him and acknowledge the greatness he achieved today for sure. You have something else to say, Noel?
Oh, yeah. I like when he threw up the 4-0 afterwards. He posed on his Instagram.
I ain't see you put that up. That's dope. Yeah.
That was dope.
Salute to him. That'd be good stuff there. But as you guys did say, like I said, I'm acknowledging the future and what's going on later on. You guys both acknowledge what's happening right now in regards to the game and how we lost things. Looking at the team right now, how you guys feel about the Lakers squad as this season continues to go on? I know I'll go to you first.
Yeah, so I think after the trade deadline, when we literally did nothing other than add Spencer Dinwiddie, we kind of knew this was going to happen. If the Lakers weren't able to get on a really, really good roll, we were going to look back at that deadline and think, what were we thinking? Why did the team not make any immediate moves? But I mean, looking overall at all the reports, it looked like a lot of the teams were trying to fleece the Lakers. They were trying to get a ton of our assets versus when they were talking to other teams, they weren't asking for as much because we all know about the Lakers tax. We know that teams are going to try to get every single drop out of us. And it's been like that for the past couple of years. And, it sucks, but it's something that we have to live with. But with that being said, you take a look at the roster and a lot of the pieces that we had from last season in that Western Conference Finals run are here, but they've gone through either injuries, they've gone through slumps, or the chemistry just hasn't been there because of how they're being used by Darvin Ham. There's a lot of iffy rotations. It took half the season for him to realize that Taurean Prince is much better in a limited role compared to the 35 minutes he was getting initially. And
this guy's not that good.
Yeah, exactly. And it took him around the same time to also realize that you need to have shooters and scorers in your starting lineup, not just defensive guys. So, like, the team still has the potential, even though you have Jared Vanderbilt and Gabe Vincent injured right now, who those guys were the ones that you wanted to stop a Jamal Murray on a night like tonight. I think the Lakers still have a lot to prove and a lot to give this season, but we need them to get healthy and we need Darvin Ham to, kind of read the room a little bit. If you see Phil Handy, who's been your skills coach for years, throwing his head up in disgust whenever you make a certain rotation late game, that's telling a lot. But Alec, I want to hear what you guys say about that too.
Yeah. I mean, what's a word that stuck out to me that you used was potential. Like I'm sick of like harping on the Lakers' potential with LeBron and AD. Like obviously these are two superstar level players. And we see the top end of like what they can be. Like we saw them go 7-0 in the in-season tournament and win that. Like we see when they're completely locked in and playing at their highest level as a unit, they can beat anybody in this league. But night in, night out, we get inconsistent efforts from the team. We get inconsistent rotations, as you said, from Darvin Ham. It's frustrating as a fan to see those stars' talents kind of being wasted in a sense. I mean, we've harped on AD in previous years, kind of being inconsistent himself. This year, he's been dominant and he's been probably the most consistent Laker for us, which surprisingly in the second half of this game, he kind of fell back and kind of disappeared offensively. But for most of this season, he's been really consistent. So we've had to lean a lot on our stars in LeBron and AD, and haven't had the guys step into that third spot consistently between, Rui, Reeves, D'Lo. Like they've had their moments, and even tonight, like we had really good offensive play from them for much of this game, but the defense when it came down to crunch time, couldn't get the stops we needed against a Denver team that clearly has our number since last year in the Western Conference Finals. And as I tweeted, Jamal Murray sees food out there when he sees the Lakers on the other side. So
damn shame. I'm so tired of it. But it is what it is. But I definitely hear both of y'all saying and echo those same sentiments. As you guys can kind of see here, it cuts us off on the screen. But like I was saying, at the 10 spot, how confident are you guys at this point of the Lakers not only getting out of the play-in, or actually, I will start there, just making out the play-in before we can get to the playoffs. How confident are y'all that we still make it out of the Final Four there?
So we're rolling with this current four on the screen right now. If it all stays the same,
I believe, or it'll be some iteration of that. Yeah.
Okay. If we're rocking with those four, so if Lakers stayed the 10th or 19th, they would have to win 2 games to make the playoffs.
Right.
I still like our chances. See, the team that scares me right now after the deadline is Dallas, because they got PJ Washington and they got also the guy from Washington Wizards, Daniel Gafford.
Yeah, Gafford.
And you give Luka 2 athletic guys who can run the pick and roll, who could defend. That's pretty dangerous. But I still like our chances against them because I don't think they have a big man that could guard AD. And I think if D'Lo and Austin get going, we'll be in a good place. The Kings, they haven't been as exciting or as dominant as they were last year. And the Warriors, we all know what's going on over there. They're as much of a roller coaster team this season as we are. So I still think the Lakers are the favorite to make it out of those 4.
They have finally, after begging and pleading, unlocked Kuminga a little bit. So the Warriors are a team that have been a roller coaster themselves, but are finally putting something together in some sort of way. So we can't fully dismiss them. Especially having Steph there as the lead. If you have any kind of consistency around him, he can make something happen. So it's definitely gonna be a dogfight. And all 4 of the squads, or the 3 squads above us, will put up good fights. Alec, your thoughts on where we stand in that?
Yeah, just on the Warriors real quick. I think a report came out where Chris Paul was talking about like it being hard to process the idea of not winning a championship. He's going to have to start processing that pretty soon. He's not getting the title, man. But yeah, for the Lakers, I think it's going to be real tough to get out of play-in range just with how the West has been playing all year. It's a bloodbath in this Western Conference. I think they're pretty solidified that they're not going to fall out of play-in range because, as we see, the 11th spot is 5 games behind them. But between those 4, like any of those other 3 teams could beat them. Like the Lakers have to be on their A game to win both of those games if they were to fall at 9 or 10. You do have confidence going into a playoff game with LeBron and AD at the head, but I don't have a whole lot of confidence like in this team as a whole against the Western Conference, just from what we've seen to this point in the season. They've pretty much been like a 500 basketball team. They've had their moments where they've popped a bit, but for the most part, like I pretty much see them as a 500 basketball team. So confidence level, scale of 1 to 10, maybe like a 6. That they get out of it. But
we have the same thought. So definitely going to be a tough climb for us, but I will continue to have faith, seeing that we have guys like LeBron and AD on our roster who are playing at a high level, seeing how far they can take us, and hopefully guys fall in line to make that jump higher than people may believe it will be. So looking forward to all of that. Lastly, as we do at the end of each week, we're here on Saturday after the Nuggets game just played out. By this time next week, we will have played the Thunder on Monday, the Kings on Wednesday, and the Bucks on Friday.
March
Noel,
is tough, man.
I'll go to you first, Noel. By this time next week, how will the Lakers be looking?
Man, even not this game, but last game Lakers played against the Wizards. They were showing like the graphic for like the next 5-6 games. I was like, good Lord, if we don't win this Wizards game. But yeah, okay, so let's take a look. So luckily, all four of these next coming games are gonna be at home.
Yeah,
long home stretch. Luckily,
yeah, specifically for those three, I'll say we take. I'll be optimistic here. I think we take 2 out of 3. I think we take 2 out of 3. I like my chances.
Optimistic. It is optimistic.
I respect it, but as a realist, I don't know, fam. I don't know.
Let's hear it. Talk to me, Gary. What you thinking?
I'll take the Kings game and call it a day.
I think we beat the Thunder. I think we beat the Thunder.
One more from there too. The Thunder would be great. But yeah, I don't know. I will say somewhat seriously. Oftentimes, when we make a prediction, it goes opposite what we say. We say we're going to go 1-3. We're going to say we're going to go or 1-2. We say we're going to go 0-3. And all of a sudden, we string off 3 games. So maybe knock on wood, I'm jinxing us in the right direction.
I don't know.
But right now, I think my 1 win and call it a day. So yeah, Alec, how you feel?
They could lose the next 4 straight. Just looking at the matchups, man. Like the T-Wolves are no slouch either on that Sunday game. I will say, like I said, the 500 basketball team right now. So like I kind of expect them to split games, but in this next 3, they've got a day off in between. Got a day off in between all of them. So like,
yep.
There's really not a whole lot of excuses here. I mean, you should beat the Kings, but it's not an easy game either.
Yeah, it's not. They're gonna run and gun the whole time.
I'm gonna say 1 and 2. If we're just talking about the next 3. Yeah.
Got it. So yeah, trying to stay positive with West right now. We'll for it. We'll stay tuned and be back next week to react to it all and see how our predictions played out. But that is it. In regards to the Lakers and what's going on with them right now, appreciate the opportunity into this part. As we said at the top of it, make sure you turn the LA Sports Report. A lot of great stuff there, and on to the next from here. That being the case, going on from here, we finished with the Lakers in a way. The last thing I kind of want to mention with them is that they announced today, I don't know if it was an official announcement, to be honest with you, but I saw it, that they have already announced some of the locks for Team USA. They have announced that LeBron's a lock for Team USA. KD is a lock for Team USA. Steph, Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday, Embiid, and Devin Booker are all locks for Team USA. First off, how y'all feel about that? First, was that 7 guys they already have selected? Noel, I'll go to you. How you feel about that 7 going to represent us for the Olympics?
That is a cold squad right there, my guy. Cold squad. Just having LeBron and Curry on the same team, that's something we've been wanting to see for so long. We've got in little teases here and there in the All-Star game, but these are 2 guys that have defined the past decade of basketball. So seeing them team up and representing USA, that's all I could ask for. Then you throw in Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, Embiid, and all the other guys that are going to be on the roster. I'm already super, super excited. I don't think they should lose a single game with this roster. I think we need to be back on those 2012, 2016 vibes where we're just blowing everybody out of the water. Simple.
Real quick before I go to Alec, just on that thought, just seeing how the other teams across the world are improving as well, not wanting to take this lightly and really just come out, which I think is part of why these guys wanted to be locked in for this Olympics, beyond them just maybe not necessarily having a last hurrah as they're getting older, but just wanting to go out and have another Olympic appearance there. I definitely think that this 7 already as is, I can put up a real good fight, and appreciate Embiid joining us this year.
Okay, I think you make a great point too. I think they see that the Europeans are kind of taking over the game at this point. You see all these guys coming from overseas, coming into the NBA, making their mark. So I think LeBron, KD, Curry, they all got together. They're like, we gotta force together.
Alex, same thought.
Y'all saying "Make America Great Again"? Is that what I'm hearing?
Come on, man.
I got a couple thoughts here. One, salute to my UCLA brother, but one of these names is not like the other. Drew Holiday here, it's not quite like the other names here, but I think that's more
respected.
That's no. I love him. That's one of the best, if not the best, perimeter defenders out there. I think that's a fit. That's a fit. That's a fit selection. So I appreciate him being on this list.
Got it.
He fits well amongst those other guys. Joel Embiid being on the team, I still feel like that's cheating. Him being on Team USA, but I appreciate it. We can take all the help we can get. I think there was a report, or KD was talking on a podcast where he was saying he wants like to get back to that dominant Team USA where they're winning by 40 points and all that. My response to that was like, have a little respect for the rest of the world, man, because they got some studs on some of these other teams. Like I don't think it's gonna be a cakewalk, even though we're finally taking like our Avengers group. There's still gonna be some competition from some of these other teams. So I'm looking forward to it though. Should be fun.
Got it. And to that point, wanting to put together a real solid squad. We have our top 7 at the moment, and we still have the same pool of the remaining 41 or the 34 now with 7 selected that can be available for us. How would you guys round out this roster? Who would be your final 5? Or it'll be 12 guys going, right? So final 5 going to join our Team USA. And well, you see the list here. Can you pick 5 out of here that you think would best fit alongside who we already have locked in?
So Anthony Davis already said that if he was to be approached seriously again, he would do it. So I'm going to go Anthony Davis for sure. I want to go Anthony Edwards for sure because he's someone that I think could end up being one of the faces of the NBA in a couple of years. He's already on that route. I think bringing Kyrie Irving back again would be really, really cool, really fun. That's 3. So give me 2 more. I'm going to rock with Jalen Brunson. Get another guard in there with them.
Okay.
Jalen Brunson. Okay. And number 5.
Derek
White. You know what? Let's throw someone. Let's throw someone young in there. Let's throw someone in that Anthony Davis role where he's not going to play a lot, but he can soak into stardom. Let's throw Chet Holmgren in there for me.
Needs representation. So good call on that last one.
Was Kawhi on the locks list?
Kawhi. That's where I was going to get to.
I was going to say I don't think we said Kawhi.
Waiting for you. I didn't want you to say it just yet, but Kawhi was not on the locks list. PG. The other Clipper guys were on the locks list, and Noel didn't pick them for this. I don't believe either. So, if Clipper bias or whatever aside, they are highly talented guys, and we'll talk about them even more so in a moment. I think they still make this squad, especially if you're trying to get back to the Avengers level team and all of that. Seeing how Kawhi has turned up again this season, seeing how PG, when healthy, has turned up again this season. I think if available, they surely should be on this roster somehow. Though I do understand why you pick guys like and Anthony Davis, of course, and others as you meant of the younger crew. Yeah. Alec, how would you put it together? All right, what are your thoughts on Noel's list that you put together?
Let me hear it.
I like it. I like his list. I like having some of the young talent. I mean, we saw Anthony Edwards in that. What was that? FIBA. With Team USA, and he was pretty much the star of that team. Along with Halliburton, like I might sneak Halliburton in there instead of Brunson.
Real quick. He's slipped in the last few months. I know it's NBA regular season right now.
Tyrese. Talking about Tyrese.
Tyrese, where we've gotten to, where we'll get to by that time, he may get back his mojo back in full. But does this recent play at all bother you in regards to this potential pick?
No, I know he had that 0-for-7 game the other night against the Pelicans.
His numbers have cutting, not on bar, cutting half damn near post the injury he was dealing with.
Yeah, I know they played 6 games in 9 nights or something like that, or something crazy like that. So I'll give him a little bit of a pass, but I mean, I still think he's one of the better passers in the league, and has been really, really, really fun to watch. And he was probably one of the stars of that All-Star game. That you know who you feel about that. We talked about the All-Star game, but he looked great in that game as well. But no, I don't like a little bit of a slump, I guess you could say. It doesn't necessarily turn me away from the great play he's had for majority of the season. I still think he's one of the best point guards in the league. But yeah, I like Noel's list. I might swap him for Brunson, but Brunson's been sensational this year too. I'm not mad at that pick. I think Kawhi has to be in it for me. Kawhi is a top 5 player this year, and reminding people how good he is. Was Dame on the locks?
Dame was not on the locks.
Nope.
Okay, so I might do Dame instead of Kyrie personally. But I mean, you can't really go wrong with a lot of these names here, right? These are these are some of the best players in the world right here. So yeah, I'm pretty much in agreement with Noel's list. I think I would definitely have Kawhi in there. Yeah.
All right, Garrett, what's yours? Give us your final five.
Say yours again, because I before I double back.
AD, Brunson, Kyrie,
AD, Brunson, Chet Holmgren for the AD younger guy type role. Kyrie,
Jaylen,
and
Kyrie.
AD. Yeah.
Okay. So
I know you want Chet for representation, as you said before.
I'm keeping Chet for representation. I'm still keeping him at the end of the roster.
Yeah, just have that young guy soaking everything up.
Yep. Donovan Mitchell has been playing at a great level, so we haven't mentioned him yet, but I think his play this year as he's elevating into one of the premier, he already has been, but truly stamping himself as one of the premier guards in the league right now, makes a good push. As Alex said, I do also put Kawhi in there for sure. If he wants to be in there, it's on this list for a reason. I think if he is able to be selected, I'm selecting him. Anthony Davis, or is he already in the?
No, he's not.
No,
he's not. Okay, so yeah, so Chet, Donovan Mitchell, AD,
Kawhi.
Kawhi. Was that 4?
Yeah, 4.
And you want
probably another guard.
And if it's another guard, then I get Ant Edwards, and I put him there. Though it kind of overlaps with Donovan Mitchell, I think what he did in FIBA and where he's emerging to right now and all of that, I think it's only right to have him included some way. And the rest of the guys can figure it out. So, yeah, I think that's the 5. I think either one, me or yours, Noel, plays out real well. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the decision makers over there. I think it's Grant Hill, they say up top there, is the deciding. Is going to be managing things over there. It's going to be a tough decision for him as things get closer to it. And you're looking forward to what the final verdict is. So, yeah, going to be good stuff there. And, yeah, however you want to go with it in regards to Team USA real quick. Alec, any reaction to what I said?
No, I like it. I like it too. I'm a little surprised you didn't select Derek White, but that's neither here nor there.
Don't get me started.
Beyond that, no, I mean, I think there's a lot of great choices here to pick from. You really can't go wrong.
Right.
But there are some, like I said, some of these aren't like the others. Like there are some kind of tier 1, tier 2 guys versus some guys that are kind of role players, like Cam Johnson, Chris Paul at this point. Like keep him far away from Team USA. Bobby Portis, yeah, like some of these guys, even Reeves, love Reeves, but this is the Avengers lineup, as we said. Like so we want our top dogs there for sure.
Absolutely. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff, as I said, is on the way. We tuned into it as things go along, and yeah, appreciate y'all for tuning into this segment. Going on from there, we mentioned wanting to make sure that with Team USA, wanting to make sure Kawhi is included on that list, or wanting to make sure PG is included to that list. And to them, going back to the NBA where we're at now, want to talk about the Clippers and what's going on with them at the moment. Those two are still playing at a good level. PG was out for a moment, dealing with the injury, has returned and is getting back into form. But as that happens, Russell Westbrook goes down and fractures his hand. And Alec, as you being the big fan of Russ and seeing what's going on with them, do you have any first thoughts to his injury?
Yeah, I mean it's a tough blow to have him out indefinitely. I don't think they have a timetable yet for his return, but he has been a pretty consistent part of their bench rotation since he's made the move to the bench. Plays limited minutes, like kind of tops out around 20, 25 minutes, but in those minutes he's been pretty efficient since coming off the bench, and it's kind of like the heartbeat of this team at times, just with how hard he's always playing when he's out there. And he does the little things. Like he's not the 30-point scorer anymore, but he has been playing at a really high level defensively. And of course, the rebounding is still there, the playmaking is still there. So they're definitely going to miss that a bit coming off the bench. I think they will be. They're a deep squad, so I think they will be fine. Just between having Harden, PG, Kawhi. And having a fairly deep rotation. We talked about Bones Highland being upset about his role. Like
minutes, there you go.
Probably gets an uptick in minutes here. So I think they'll be all right without him, but it is a tough blow for Russ individually, and I think it's a blow for the team as well too.
Yeah, Noel, you echo that as well.
Yeah, I think it's definitely tough timing right around this time because that's the big thing with the Clippers we've seen over the past couple of years. They've had the rosters, they've had the depth to kind of make a deep playoff run, but it shows like one of or both of Kawhi and PG can't stay healthy. And
Hmm.
even though the roster is as talented as ever, you need both of your top guys to be ready and be available when the time comes around. And I mean, the Clippers, they were the 1 seed for about 1 day, and then we all know how tough that top of the West is.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
they're sitting in fourth place behind the Nuggets, behind the Thunder, behind the Timberwolves. But I think when everybody's healthy and we've been able to see what James Harden has done to that offense. So I wasn't a big fan of that trade off the jump, but moving Westbrook to the bench has really done a lot of good things for the team. Like you
Yeah.
said, he's been the heart and soul of their squad. He's having one of the best defensive seasons of his career so far. He's taken on the role to match up with some of the best guards and not have to worry about having to do so much on offense. And even when he does get the ball on offense, seems like his decision making is a lot better. Just watching him play the Lakers the other day, he was getting out in transition. He was having a good time getting to the mid range, finding his guys. So hopefully, I don't know if we have any specific details on the injury just yet as far as the timetable or official testing, official x-rays. But I mean, hopefully he doesn't have to miss too much time because this stretch of the season is as important as ever as you're trying to gear up and get as high of a seed as possible to avoid, facing a really good team in that first round. I know
Right.
I've been saying this to a lot of people that this is the year the Clippers should be trying to go all in and win a title. If you win a
Yeah.
title right before you move into a new arena
Yeah.
and you have 3-4 stars on your roster, that's a money maker for your franchise. That's how you get everybody paid at the end of the day.
Mhm.
But hey, shout out Bones Highland. I hope that he is able to get more minutes and produce a lot better than he did in this first game. But
Right.
he's been on the bench for a while, so he needs to like warm up a little bit first.
Yeah. Shake
Right.
off the rust a bit.
Yeah.
You both have kind of answered it with how you've been talking, but just asking directly: do the Clippers need a fully healthy roster to remain contenders, or can they win still having guys like Bones Highland step up? I know I'll go back to you.
Yeah, I think could be a blessing in disguise for the team. I think Bones Highland, PJ Tucker, those two guys who have been voicing saying that they want more minutes. Bones hasn't really done that, but PJ has been more vocal than anybody else in the league at this point,
Yeah.
saying that he needs some minutes. So I mean, hopefully they can just move the ball around a little bit more, get guys involved. I know even though PJ and Kawhi are having really good seasons, their numbers have been down because they don't have to do as much. I know that Paul George, he's holding onto the ball less than he has in his career. He's scoring a lot off of assists more than he has since his rookie year with the Indiana Pacers. So it just goes to show that these guys don't have to do as much ISO ball. When James Harden is orchestrating the offense, he's at a point in his career where he's not worried about 30 balls, about getting triple doubles anymore. I think all these guys, they want to come together, live where they grew up, win a title. So yeah, I think Russ just needs to get healthy, and hopefully this is a blessing in disguise for this team. Even though I'm a Laker fan, I love all of basketball. So
Yeah.
I want everybody to be healthy. I want to see competitive games. So if the Clippers can keep it up with Russ out and, maybe him just giving guys some guidance, like he sees a lot from the baseline. He sees a lot from sitting on the bench. So hopefully he can kind of take on like this coaching role while he's hurt.
For sure.
Same for you, Alec.
Yeah. I think Noel makes a lot of great points. I think they can weather the storm. Like while Russ is out. Hopefully you don't get injuries to too many more guys because that's when it gets rough. But I think with guys like Bones and PJ being able to step into some more minutes, Terrence Mann has been improving in his play in a recent stretch of 5 or so games too, which is going to be huge now with Russ being down too. So yeah, I think with how well Harden has been playing and facilitating for this offense, as Noel mentioned, like takes the offensive creation load off of Kawhi and PG to not have to do it all by themselves and play ISO ball to get tough buckets. He's definitely made it easier on them. So I think they still can remain a really dangerous team during this regular season. But obviously, come playoff time, you want to have everybody at full strength.
Yeah, well, with this injury, fractured hand, they haven't set up an official timeline. So he's indefinitely, but with stuff like that, usually it's at least a month. But we're in that sweet spot where you might have a month to sit down and be able to get back for the playoffs still. So hopefully Russ can get back and be at least somewhat healthy in time to contribute for this run. I put at the bottom, if Clippers search continues, any chance that this team ends up falling short yet again this year? Or you think that they can, they still will make a big push? I'll go back to you.
Yeah, I've got like a surprising amount of faith in this Clippers team. I love the trade before it even happened. We were discussing the potential of the Harden trade. I love the idea of it, solely for the fact that like this team has struggled to stay healthy. One of their stars tends to go down come playoff time. And when that happens, it's really hard for them to overcome in the playoffs. And I think having the luxury of having James Harden be your third best player, to where like he doesn't need to be the second best guy scoring 30 for you in the playoffs. Like he can relax into that playmaking role and be the facilitator and be the third option scoring wise. I think that's huge for this team. So really, for me, the only concern is that if Kawhi is the one that for some reason goes down, then I see their ceiling kind of capped, because I think you need Kawhi to be healthy in order to make a title run. Like he's the one guy that we've seen be able to do it on multiple other teams. And probably the one guy that you trust, because you have seen PG falter in playoff moments. We have seen Harden falter in several playoff moments. So the one guy you trust with the utmost is Kawhi. So that would be my only concern is Kawhi's health. Yeah.
Noel, I heard you kind of already answered the question before. I guess what I'll ask now is just in regards to my mind's going a million places actually. Before I even jump into other place, my bad. What I'll do instead is, instead of jumping ahead still and looking to what's going on with them, we won't fully stamp regarding the Clippers curse and how that will go. As Alec already said, I will hope for the best still, and we see that this team is playing well. What I'll go to you and asking is, looking at right now and their upcoming games, as we deal with the Lakers, their week in review. We have the next couple of games. They have the Timberwolves tonight by the time you guys view this episode on Sunday, the Bucks on Monday, the Rockets on Wednesday, and then we'll probably be back by the time they put the Bulls on Saturday. But well, by this time next week, how the Clippers be looking?
Let's see. So I'll give them a good 2-2. I'll give them like a 500 for these next 4-game stretch, just because I do think that they'll struggle against like the Timberwolves and the Bucks without having Russ to throw on defensively. And even if you have like a Bones out there, you're giving him like 15 to 20 minutes, Dame and Ant are going to take full advantage of getting him into pick and rolls. And and like the Bucks, they're still trying to get their groove on. There's been a lot of talk about Dame saying that he hopes that the Bucks were going to be a lot better at this time than they really are now. And the Rockets, they're a sneaky good team in the West. They have good young guys paired with some really good vets. And then Chicago, it's Kobe White's world right now. We're all just living it,
For sure.
I give them a 2-2.
2-2 sounds right to me. That 2-2 might not even go as you think. It might be spread out a different way. They might still get a game against the Bucks or the Wolves, as even though they may be hobbled with Russ out, they still can put up a good fight, and maybe that it's changed in another way. But we'll see about that. Jokingly, any worry about Harden going back to Houston next week?
No.
Oh man. They got to keep that dude locked up in his hotel room.
All right, any thoughts on the Clippers' next matchups?
Yeah, a couple tough games there to start. The T-Wolves, when they beat the Clippers in their last matchup, kind of like cemented themselves to me as like, okay, like this team is for real. They went into LA and beat them pretty handedly on their floor, and I think this T-Wolves team has really figured something out there. They just got to prove it in the playoffs, obviously, as we discussed. But I think that's a rough game on the road. That's a rough game in Milwaukee on the road too. Despite their Doc Rivers troubles, I think they've kind of flipped things around a little bit post All-Star break. But I like the 2-2 pick from Noel. I could maybe see 3-1. Like maybe they can get the Bucks. But I'll stick with 2-2. Like Noel said, yeah.
Got it. Well, yeah, we tuned into it all. Excited for how this next week plays out. Hoping for the best with them, of course, and wishing fast recovery to Russell Westbrook there. Looking forward to seeing him back on the court. So fun stuff in that regard. Appreciate you tuning into this part. As always, make sure you subscribe to LA Sports Report, and excited to continue bringing great talks to you. So that was all the serious stuff in regards to Clippers and what's going on with them. On the lighter side, the last thing kind of going on with them is you guys see the interview, the talk Keon Anthony had with Lala the other day.
Yeah.
He mentioned that he's mentioned a few times now that Paul George is his GOAT. How y'all feel about the younger generation looking up to Paul George as one of their legends? Y'all agree with that?
It's just the TikTok edits. The TikTok edits.
It's the Erykah Badu.
Didn't you know?
I think so.
I think I forgot who said this, but someone was talking about like why this generation, like I guess say my generation, really likes Paul George. And I mean, when you see like 6'9", 6'10" guy, smooth handles, able to get to the rim, scored all 3 levels, and he doesn't have the same, I guess you could say, reputation that KD has at this point for the free agency moves he's made in the past. Paul George, he had that pandemic P run where a lot of people were making fun of him, but I do think that PG is a lot more universally respected by this generation. Not in terms of legacy. Well, I know KD is much better, and he has rings and he's had more career accolades than Paul George. But I just think when it comes to like watching highlights, a lot of dudes around Kian's age, just exactly. Marcus Smart's in the chat right now saying he's going to play on his 2K. He's going to play on his 2K, and I mean, you throw on some Paul George highlights. I think that's what a lot of these younger guys with this sizeless game of basketball really model their game after. So I can see why Kian definitely puts Paul George as his GOAT, and it's probably more of like a favorite player thing rather than saying he's actually the greatest of all time.
Correct. Yeah, words change over time, and kids use GOAT just as a favorite player type thing these days. And
way too loosely. Yeah.
Way too loosely, whatever. But even Alec knows, I've said for a while now that Paul George is one of my favorite players, if not the favorite player, honestly, as I've been supportive of him since the Indiana days. And yeah, as Noel, you said, just the smooth of his game and all that he puts together. Sometimes you don't fully care about the accolades. It's just when you see a guy at his peak and you enjoy what he puts on the court at times, it's like we take that and whatever moments he can provide for us, we roll with it from there. So the same way I view guys like I've joked with him about like D'Angelo Russell or even a Peyton Watson right now. I'm poking at him about certain guys you watch on the court and you just enjoy watching them play, regardless of wherever the stats say at the end of each game. So yeah, PG definitely is a guy to be revered, though he may not match up stats wise to a few of the other guys ahead of him, as you noted, but definitely appreciate him and what he continues to do each year, and hope he makes a real deep playoff run this postseason to help our fight a little bit more as things go along. Alec, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I wasn't surprised that G snuck this topic in here with Paul George. We definitely had this conversation over the summer too. But yeah, I mean, Paul George is a very like aesthetically pleasing player to watch, of course. So like as you said, the wing with size that has the handles bag he's a pure hooper. That discussion that went on Twitter a while back. So he, of course, like a lot of young ball players are gonna look up to a guy like that. Like he's got that archetype that of like the Kobe's and MJ's, but like with a smooth touch to it, that kind of thing. So I understand younger basketball players looking up to him, but GOAT used far too loosely with a player of his caliber, his accolades. So yeah.
Do y'all have any favorite players y'all would defend like Keon does, PG? Like, do you have any other player you would say is the GOAT, regardless of what stats may say?
Alec, you go first if you got one. I got one. I mean, like my personal GOAT is Kobe, so like maybe you could say that because not no one, but a lot of people don't really view him as the GOAT. Like most people would view LeBron or Jordan as the GOAT. But I would.
I mean an obscure name. Like reach a little bit further than that.
An obscure name.
Yeah. You have no random player you defend.
Mitch Richmond. We've got a lot of Mitch Richmond on this podcast.
Yeah. Nothing.
I'm trying to think of an obscure name.
As you think, you said you had one.
Yeah, I've been. I think since I really I watched basketball like the Kobe days. Obviously, like that's all I watched. Like when it came to watching the whole NBA, I was a huge fan of DeMarcus Cousins.
Marcus Cousins, I appreciate that. That's a good. I was scared for a second. I wasn't sure where you were going. I rock with Boogie though.
He talked about this recently. AD's talked about this recently. I'm a firm believer that it's a hill I'll die on, and this is where you guys might get crazy. I think they would have won the chip together that year if he didn't go down.
Wait, who?
I think they take out the Warriors.
Which team? DeMarcus Cousins?
It was the Pelicans team. It was him, Drew Holiday,
AD,
Anthony Davis.
I don't know if I can go that far, but
that
Warriors spell was a juggernaut.
It's hard to say, but hey, listen. As someone who defends PG like the young kids do, I understand. So I ain't mad at it. I also, like I said already, I kind of snuck it in already, but a couple other guys I joke about. I'm a big fan of D'Angelo Russell. I've been a fan of his since he got drafted, and I'll root for him. And happy that he's still on the Lakers squad right now. I got a couple of his jerseys. I got his Timberwolves jersey. I got his Warriors. It just it really is a troll to Alec and them, but
it really is. But it's funny though.
What he has though, and what he has going on, and also currently, for whatever reason, not for whatever reason, but I really enjoy watching Peyton Watson play basketball. It hurts to say today as he beat our Lakers squad, but yeah, guys like that, you see them coming up, and you're like, man, this guy has all the tools, and he's playing well, and they appreciate what he has going on. Yes, Matt. Buying jerseys to troll is what I did. Same, I have a KD Warriors jersey that I only wore once in my life. Yeah, definitely see some guys and appreciate them and what they have going on. And I definitely root for him the same way that Keon will call a guy like PG his GOAT. So definitely a fun thing I wanted to talk about. Alex, you can say a name. You have anybody?
I feel like no one obscure is coming to my mind, and I wouldn't call him a GOAT, but Lonzo Ball has been one of my favorite players, since UCLA too.
Yep.
And he got a lot of hate coming into the league with his 3-point shot that was going across his body and everything.
Yeah.
He turned himself into like a 40% 3-point shooter before he got hurt. So like, it's been really hard for me to be without Lonzo Ball for a year and a half, going on 2 years now. So I'm hoping he can come back and be the Lonzo that we saw when the Bulls were in that 1 seed in the East before he got hurt. So that's one of those guys for me for sure.
Hoping for a great pull there. Definitely rooting for him and hoping for the best. Just a fun stuff I want to sneak in here as things go along. Moving from here, it's actually perfect that you brought up Lonzo, him being a UCLA Bruin in college. I want to transition to college and the women's tournament that's going to be on the way. By this time next week, they'll be getting started, and it's been a fun race in the Pac-12, as we talked about for some time. The women have really been hooping this year. It's going to lead to some fun matchups as I pull this up. The bracket, I don't know if this is fully stamped as it, but it's on the Pac-12 website. So I think there might be some fluctuation over the next couple of days as some games are continuing to be played. But if this is set, it makes for a very fun Pac-12 tournament. We may potentially get a USC-UCLA matchup, as you guys see at the bottom of the bracket there. And do you think one of them can go all the way and win the tourney, or do you think one of the other squads will end up being victorious? I'll go to you as you look in and as you both are scanning through what's going on here.
Strictly Pac-12 you're talking?
Pac-12. This is the Pac-12 one. Yeah, we'll stay right here.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it. It's been a bloodbath at the top of this Pac-12 too. They got 6 teams in the top 25?
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that it's just USC or UCLA. Like, Utah is giving them fits. As you've mentioned, Colorado at times is giving them fits.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona's been on a run themselves. Stanford, of course, has been great. So, yeah, I mean, Juju, of course, is probably the star of the tournament. You got Cameron Brink at Stanford as well, but Juju is the name in college basketball after Caitlin Clark. So you probably favored them a bit. And then UCLA, too, has been really great as well as a collective. So I mean, I guess just with the LA bias, I'll roll with Juju because she's been really fun and exciting to watch. I'll roll with them.
Hold on, because you keep doing that. You're the UCLA guy. You pick USC a lot in this. I appreciate you seeing.
I can't give love to another.
No. Hold on.
Team.
I appreciate you seeing the talent we have on the right side of town and what's going on here. As a Bruin, I don't know how Bruins fans watch the show and can be supportive and can like what you keep doing over here. You pick USC a lot. That's all I'm saying.
It doesn't have to be a nasty rivalry, man. Like it's a rivalry, yes, but like I respect greatness when I see greatness, man. Like that's all it is.
There's levels though. At certain points you gotta say, yes, there's greatness, but my team's playing great too. UCLA's playing great. Don't get me started defending UCLA.
But I don't have to pick my team just because it's my team. Like I can be
I'm
objective.
saying you don't pick them a whole lot. You pick USC a lot. Go ahead and put the red on, man. It's all right. You know what the right side is. So,
Never that.
Allow me to say it. USC and Juju are gonna cook. I'm looking forward to the matchup. Hopefully we see y'all in the what would that be? The semifinals next Saturday. We'll have a reaction for you guys and you will talk about it once that goes down. And yeah, Juju gonna do her thing. I'm excited to see her play. And as the USC guy of the group, definitely want them to go far.
Are you gonna make me hate? Are you gonna make me hate? Is this
That's
what you
what
want
I've
to
been
do?
trying to get you to
All
hate.
right,
I've been
all
trying
right,
to get you to
all
hate.
right. Hopefully we
This
get
whole
another.
time.
Hopefully we get another 10 for 30 from
Thank
Juju
you.
again. All
There
right.
you go.
There
Hopefully
it
another
is.
generational shot chucking
Defend your
masterclass
team.
there.
Fight
All
back.
right. You
My
want me?
God.
You want me to hate? I can hate.
Yes.
All right.
There it is. There it is.
I was just talking about Peyton Watson. I wasn't
That's
talking about
what,
UCLA
exactly.
though. I was talking
Get his
about
ass. Get his
UCLA.
ass,
I
man.
was talking about him in the NBA.
Nah,
It's
get
the
his
same
ass.
thing. We're not talking about him compared to
I'm
USC.
sick of it.
When it comes to you compared to USC, it's another conversation. So yeah, don't
Generational flip flopper.
Whatever. Noel, your thoughts on the Pac-12 as we discussed it. Which of the kind of the SC squad, USC, UCLA, you see going further?
Yeah, I really hope we see that semifinals matchup. That'll be amazing for the city. I think both the teams, they've been doing their thing this year and they've really been putting on. I think specifically looking at UCLA, they have a really good group dynamic going on when it comes to getting around, playing team defense, getting out in transition, sharing the amount of shot attempts. And then USC, I mean, Juju Watkins, she's just a hooper. She is a hooper.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, she got a lot of hate for the recent things, people saying that she's shooting tour dates out there, but to command that respect and to be able to keep shooting all those shots, you got to respect it. I mean, we're all Kobe fans here. And that dude, he never saw a shot that he didn't like. Juju, from such a young age, she's already kind of in that sense where she truly believes she can make every single shot that she takes. And, you know, I think majority of the time they're winning the games when she's shooting a lot. She has USC in a really, really good place. And her teammates trust her. You know, they're getting the ball to her. They're trying to set her up in good spots. Obviously, when you get into the Pac-12 tournament, more game planning goes into play. The game slows down as a whole. So I don't expect to see another 30 attempt shot game, but I do think she's going to do her thing. And I mean, I'm excited for both teams, man. They match up really well together.
They do.
They're
1-1 on the season, right?
What was that?
I think they're 1-1 on the season.
Yeah, they're 1-1 on the season, so they could settle it right here. That'll be awesome.
1-1. Hopefully UCLA does their job and gets to the semifinals, so we see them in there, have a good game. And yeah, looking forward to how all that plays out. So gonna be a fun one. Wanted to react to it. We talked a whole lot about the two squads, USC and UCLA, in there. As you already noted, Alec, I will add in real quick too. Yeah, just about the other squads in there. Colorado been playing at a great level, has upset a couple of our squads as well. Stanford, I think, are still sitting at. Are they number one in the nation right now? Or they're sitting high in the standards. They're above USC.
Not one. They're probably top three.
They're top three. Excuse me. As South Carolina, other squads are rolling, but Stanford is sitting at one in our conference for sure and playing at a great level. So a lot of good pieces there, as already noted. And yeah, really looking forward to this tourney as it's going to get underway in the next week. So good stuff with them. Not a whole lot on the men's side just yet. They're in the week after that, so we'll have a preview of that tournament once it's a little bit closer. But yeah, good one on the women's side, and excited for all of that's on the way. So yeah, with that, as we say at the end of each segment, appreciate you for tuning into this part. Make sure you show love to LA Sports Report. A lot of good stuff going on that page. Make sure you're tuned in and subscribe to the channel on YouTube. And yeah, a lot of fun continuing on from here. So good stuff in that regard. Going on beyond LA, let's see what else we have on the docket. So next on the docket is just in regards to we've seen in the last week, we saw another matchup between Wemby and Chet. And it seemed like this was the crowning of Wemby as Rookie of the Year, him really separating from Chet, though Chet himself has put up great performances this year. But we're starting to see the difference of Wemby being the generational talent that he is, and Chet being a great talent himself, but maybe not having the same peak that Wemby does. How do y'all feel about this rivalry that's been going on this first season between the two of them? Alec, I'll go to you first.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can call it a rivalry.
They don't like each other, I'll say that. Which
I do like that they go at each other. Like there's clearly some animosity there, like when they do match up. But I don't know if you can call it a rivalry just with Wembanyama being. I mean, they're both aliens in their own right, but Wembanyama being the generational talent that he is.
Yeah.
A lot of people have commented like this is the worst version of him too, and like he's already like putting up 27 and 15 and 5 in 5 blocks as well, like stat lines. It's pretty crazy to see. It's just the only thing he doesn't have is the wins, the team success. But I believe that will come as they hopefully build out this roster in the coming seasons. But in terms of rivalry and in terms of Rookie of the Year for this season, I think it's pretty pretty stamped that Wemby is going to be the rookie of the year at this point, and Chet will be a valiant effort, but a number 2 to Wemby's 1 for sure.
I know what you think about Wemby right now.
Yeah, I was a big Chet guy coming into the year, and I was on the agenda saying that Chet was going to be rookie of the year. I was going to outplay Victor. I wasn't expecting Victor to adapt to the NBA game this quickly. This guy is insane. He's on a minute restriction. He's filling up the stat sheet. I mean, the dude going to push a bunch of seasons that are close to him getting 5x5s every single game.
Yeah.
He does everything. He protects the rim at will. He gets steals. He's able to create his own shots. You can just throw the ball anywhere near him. He's going to throw down a lob.
Yeah.
Once the other Spurs catch up to his development, and once they make some trades, get some more veterans on the team that know how to play with him, it's going to be a really, really scary team. And yeah, like you said, Garrett, this is pretty much the cherry on top when it came to the rookie of the year race. The only thing Chet has over Wemby, of course, is that he's actually going to be playing meaningful games in the postseason. But I'm really, really excited to see this rivalry only continue to grow. I saw people saying that it's going to be like our generation's Melo and LeBron James. I really do like that comparison a lot. So
okay.
That's an interesting one. Definitely can see how that actually could play out. It almost would be like if Melo actually ended up going to the Pistons back in the day, instead of being passed up on by Darko. Yeah, Chet on this Thunder squad that had other stars around to potentially that building up in the right direction. While we saw in the past, the Pistons passing a chance going with Darko instead and kind of mess with their future in doing so. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. You like the comparison, and yeah, rooting for both of them to have a long, successful careers there. So good stuff with them. Further on with it, something that caught my attention. There were a lot of folks reacting to Kevin O'Connor, who released the top 50 in the last week, and already had Wemby as top 15.
I didn't see this either.
So I'll zoom in so we all can see it, and we'll go down the list. We got Jokic at 1. He has a tier, I guess. It's not official numbers, but they're tiered together, I guess. Jokic at 1 by himself. Giannis and Embiid right below that on their own tier. Luka, Steph, and SGA tier below that. Bron, Kawhi, Tatum, and Booker as the next 4 following there. From there, you have KD, Jimmy Butler, AD, Halliburton already, and Wemby already himself. Below that, Ja, James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Paul George, Dame, and Edwards. How many more we got? A few more. The next one I'll just say is Fox, Murray, Brunson, Chet, who is already there in Kevin O'Connor's eyes, Trey, and Maxey and Kyrie. And then we have a few more other lists of guys to round out that 50 as well. But yeah, just even amongst the top 15 or so we see here, any discrepancies you guys want to make about the top group that Kevin O'Connor put together recently?
I mean, I guess like on first glance, like it sounds crazy or looks crazy, but thinking about it, like as far as the guys just below him, like there aren't many that I would like trade straight up. Like in terms of like for Wemby, like I or opposite, like that I wouldn't trade straight up for Wemby, like because I think of his potential, like he has to be projecting a little bit, I guess you could say, because like sure. I don't think he's better than like some of these seasoned vets. Like
he's not.
What do you say?
He's not.
Like in terms of their careers, not like individually right now. I think he is better than some of these guys.
I think this is based on right now. He's saying his top 50 players right now.
So like if it is like just right now and a little bit of projection, like I think that's actually fine. Like you could argue maybe like the Donovan Mitchells or Dames like maybe ahead of him, but for the most part, like these guys. I think he is better than these guys. Like he's versatile. He's putting up the stat lines. Like the only thing is he's just not winning. But like I think the winning will come. So yeah, like I'm not ridiculously mad at this list, or at least at Wemby being that high.
Anything else standing out to you, Noel?
Yeah, I think I'm on the same boat. Like he said, first glance, I'm like, whoa, like he's over all these guys. But then you really, really think about it. You think about what Wemby's done this season and the minute restriction. And then you take a look at some of these other guys, like it is a lot of, it's either younger players or veterans who are a little bit past their prime that we would kind of be surprised about. I think probably the only 2 guys that I might rival would be Donovan Mitchell and Anthony Edwards. Could be above Wemby, but I also wouldn't be mad if you took Wemby over those 2.
Kyrie, but I like Wemby. Like I like his versatility, man.
Yeah.
beyond Wemby and just what we target with him, anyone that's on the same tier right now, you don't feel on the same tier?
Is this really tiers, or is it just like for the graphic?
I guess it's just for the graphic, but still, there's no numbers on it, so we'll call it tiers.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate him not putting y'all fully numbered.
Derek White. Derek White just finds his way into these lists now, huh?
High too. On that second tier above these guys, I put Scotty above Derek White. No,
I would too.
Ingram above Derek White.
Above Drew.
Above Derek White.
Yeah.
God damn it, with this whole row.
Yeah, I was about to say damn near the whole row. Yeah. Yeah.
What are we talking about right now?
Draymond's probably too high to be like.
Yeah, you could flip these
as an individual
list right here.
There's a whole lot of things I think you could say about, because a lot of these things are, subjective as in terms of how you feel about. J-Dub is like probably a little high. Jalen Williams from Oklahoma City
Sabonis is a top 5 MVP candidate and is on the 7th tier. What are we doing?
All right, I don't know if he's top 5, man. Top 10 probably, but yeah.
He's 6. Excuse me, because I was gonna go there next, and we can go ahead and talk about it as we move on. But in regards to that and of the group, he is up here pretty high. But when we talk about Wemby, and something I wanted to address too was just in regards to like the face of the league and how Wemby maybe establishes himself as that. There are a few guys who he's jumping ahead of by doing so. Let me see what this comment is. Is this Matt saying something?
Probably.
Kevin O'Connor put an agenda on this for sure. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of agenda, absolutely. But yeah, to that, Wemby jumped ahead of a lot of guys in regards to discussion about guys being the future face of the league. And in that, someone that I noticed too, while we don't really want to say it because it's on the opposite end, but a guy like Jason Tatum was a guy who we thought would kind of stand himself a little bit more in the face of the league discussions, the MVP discussions, all of that. And it seems like he's going kind of quiet. He's sitting at the 5 spot, which still is in regards to MVP rating, which obviously is high still and respectable. But how y'all feel about Jason Tatum not being more, I guess, revered right now, or however you want to put that in the concept of these young guys? I feel like a lot of people kind of dismiss his name now, even though he seemed like he was the next guy. And he's saying it's the 1 seed in the East and all of that and playing well. It doesn't seem like he's getting fully that number 1 in the East treatment, if that all makes sense.
I think it's partially like a casualty of his success, honestly. Like he hasn't gotten the ultimate prize in getting the title, but what is it, like 4 out of the last 5 years or something that they've been in the Eastern Conference Finals at least, right. and they were in the finals the one time against Golden State. So it's almost like it's expected for them to be in that spot every year. So we kind of take for granted that they are 7 games up on the 2 seed behind them, something like that. We expected them to be the 1 seed. Like I projected them before the season to be the 1 seed. So it's just like kind of business as usual. And he's putting up the stats. And he is clearly the number 1 on that team. It's just they have a deep 5 to where they could have had 3, maybe 4 all-stars if you snuck Derek White in there. And they've just been playing really good ball. So it's hard, I guess, to have him ahead of guys who are doing the same or more with less. Like a Luka or like a Shea doing it with a young team. But he definitely, as you said, like 5 is still great, like in the MVP race. Like that's still saying like you're a top 5 player in the league this season. I think he's properly rated. Like I know we do see some hate like on Twitter and social media. Not all of that's real. A lot of that is just for jokes or for clicks or whatever. But like Kevin O'Connor had him as a top 10 player. Like I think he is a cemented top 10 player in this league. So yeah, for me, I think he's a properly rated player.
Yeah, going behind Amy Lines for a second, Noel, how you feel about Jason Tatum?
Yeah, I just think he's been on such talented teams ever since he came into the league. And when you look compared to these other young guys that are viewed as players that are potentially going to be the face of the league, like a Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, like Anthony Edwards, like a Luka, they came in situations where like they weren't just winning and going to the Eastern Conference, Western Conference Finals right away. They had to kind of go through that rough stretches, take on the big role as the guy, and kind of learn how to get their reps. And I mean, Tatum being on a premier team like the Boston Celtics, they're always going to make sure that they're contending, make sure that they get him the most help that they can. So seeing that he's not dropping 40, 45 bombs all the time, not a big triple-double guy, he's most known for his scoring. And I mean, there's times where he scores 15, 20 points and his team still comfortably wins because of the talent he has around him. So I think that paired with he hasn't had a ton of playoff alpha moments, as you would call it.
Sure.
And seeing other guys that took that step already. And like you said, Alec, that he's already been to deep playoff runs a number of times. Yeah, but he hasn't had those iconic moments just yet. I think that's why he's not getting the MVP love right now. I think, but just like we've seen so many other stars, if he's able to get a title and he's obviously the best player on a title team, that changes his complete reputation. That helps MVP cases moving forward.
Yeah, just something that's come to my attention, and I definitely hear what you guys are saying, and we'll see if he rises anymore in this race. It seems like it's Nikola Jokic's race to lose yet again this year, and he's standing himself.
Come on, yeah.
Yeah, but amongst the young guys and talking about, though LeBron seems like he's going to be here for a while still, always talking about passing the torch and who's going to be the next guys. It seemed like for a moment at least, Jason Tatum was next in line, and that might have been moved on from as other guys have emerged. But yeah, we'll see what he does, and we'll see what kind of run he makes this postseason, and if he can get a ring that will help him jump back ahead of a few of these young guys who are making strong efforts. So we pay attention to that for sure. And yeah, just another fun thing I wanted to mention amidst everything else going on here. So good stuff in that regard. Going on from there, funner topic, a little lighthearted topic. Salute to Ant Edwards, who just welcomed the birth of his last child in the last game, or last couple of days. He left the last game in order to do so. Left at halftime in the middle of the Kings game. A lot of folks didn't realize what was going on and had their parlays ruined because they went the over, and he dipped off at halftime to go win the birth of his child. What was the question I had? My bad. I was going to ask in regards to that. Where'd it go? What's the most random reason you skipped an event or left early? Has there ever been an event that you've been at and all of a sudden you got a call or check something and you're like, oh, I got to go?
Ooh, that's a good question. I definitely made up some random stuff.
An event, whatever reason. What's the most random reason you skipped something?
Not really random, but I think just being a big basketball fan. I think the Lakers are playing, so I left early. Like Lakers are playing, I gotta go.
For a Lakers game. Alec, anything?
That's cool. Yeah, nothing jumps out to me immediately.
How about you, Gary? Do you have one?
I do the same thing. I'm pretty sure I skipped a day for the Lakers parade back when they won like 08 or
that's understandable. That's not crazy. That makes sense. Yeah.
It wasn't a national holiday like it should have been. So I made it holiday of my own and got out of there and celebrated as I need to. So that was it. On another fun side, I guess. I'm sure I've skipped it for a test was coming up. I started coughing and
of course,
go in. And, yeah, you know how those days go. So, but random, I can't think of anything more random than that. But yeah, I think a few calls for sure.
I mean, who among us has it, right? Yeah. Nothing really jumps out to me. I'm like maybe like a big like movie premiere or something like that. Because like Dune 2 like came to my head. Like I could see somebody like calling out of work, like, nah, I gotta see this like opening day kind of thing. But no, nothing jumps out of my head to like where I've skipped out on something like that. This also made me think of the dude. It's a little bit different situation, but the dude that like quit at halftime, like retired at halftime in the NFL.
What's his name?
The Bills.
Yeah. Crazy.
That was hilarious, but yeah.
So yeah, just wanted to point that out. Something I saw. Salute to Ant for welcoming his child and hope all of that continues to go well. And yes, salute to the Wolves too for what they've been doing this season, being the 1 seed and all of that. So yeah, fun thing across my time I wanted to point out there. Going to 2 more real topics, then we'll be done with for the day. One of which is that just recently tying back into some of the football that we talked about, or just tying back to we talked about obviously us being LA sports, UCLA, USC, and stuff going on. Recently, Johnny Manziel came out and said, after careful thought and consideration, I'll be humbly removing myself from the Heisman Trophy ceremony until Reggie Bush gets his trophy back. Doesn't sit right with my morals and values, whatever that means, that he can't be on that stage with us every year. But Reggie is the Heisman Trophy.
So there's a lot of hate in this read from G right now.
My bad. My bad. Do the right thing, NCAA. The ball is in your court. Much love, JM too. So yeah, my bad for the hate in there, but salute to him for standing by Reggie Bush. Yeah, just how y'all feel about Reggie Bush still not being reinstated as a official Heisman. And I have a fun question to ask after that. Alec, I'll go to you first.
Yeah, this conversation started to heat up a bit when Johnny's Netflix documentary first dropped this past year, which was a great documentary, by the way. I'd recommend it. And I think it's very like it's true. Like, and Johnny has been in support like of Reggie, like pretty vocal about him deserving to have his Heisman back, because the stuff that he got his Heisman taken away for is the stuff that Johnny was openly doing like back then. Just I guess did a better job of hiding it at that point, but he got away with the same stuff, and now this stuff is legal with the NIL deals for players to take advantage of their name, image, and likeness, and be able to profit off of it. So Reggie, one of the most electric players I've ever seen, probably my favorite college player I've ever watched. And I definitely think he's deserving of getting that trophy back. So,
yeah, no, any thought on that as well?
Yeah, I mean, times have changed a lot. Unfortunately, he was in an era where he couldn't fully profit off the magic that he was showing everybody on that field for everybody else to make profit of. Unfortunately, that's just how college sports have kind of evolved right before our eyes. But I mean, when you have players like Johnny and you have other guys that are vouching for him time after time again, I think definitely the NCAA needs to take a hard look at how their own organization is looking by continuing to keep the stain on this man's name. I think they got to do right by him. They got to have some serious talks. And, you know, it's like if you want players to keep coming through your pipeline and set a positive example for these young guys that, you know, you want to show them how to take care of their money and how to present themselves in a really, really good light. You got to take care of the people that came before you. And that kind of inspired all the stars that are getting paid right now to want to come and play for these big schools and, you know, put on for multiple universities and just, you know, have a fun time playing the game while being like really, really good role models for everybody else.
Absolutely. Definitely echo that and hope they do right by him at some point, especially as things seem to evolve and what they did continues to look worse in comparison to where we are now. It's time to do right by him. I think he is being honored, but in USC regard, and he's going to be welcomed back into their ceremonies in the Coliseum and things with them. But in regards to the Heisman, they got to do right and getting him officially acknowledged on that regard too. So looking forward to how they fix that. And the serious question or the fun question I had with that is, do you have a top 5 Heismans post 2000 you guys can think of? Who would make that list for you guys?
Oh,
Reggie's definitely on it for sure. Like he's probably one. Probably Cam in there.
Okay.
Definitely Joe. You know, I'm a Joe Burrow guy for sure.
Not even so. My bad, Cam.
Yeah, Cam, Reggie, Burrow for me. Who else would I put in there? The other guys I'm not like huge because you have some of these listed here. Other guys I'm not like huge fans of, but I like Mr. E to W himself, Jameis Winston is obviously a great name.
Man, you ain't high on Jameis?
No, I like he's fun, you know, but like I'm not necessarily like a huge fan of any of these other guys in particular. Your guy Lamar is on here for sure.
Yeah, Lamar.
Yep.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they could round out the 5 there.
Mine, I'll go ahead and go. Not fully in order, but it would go Cam, Lamar, Reggie. Cam, Lamar, Reggie. Oh my God. Admittedly, I was a big RG3 fan when he was in college too.
Yeah.
I put RG3 in there. That's 4. And the last one,
no Caleb Williams for you?
I was gonna put Caleb. Actually,
Caleb,
Caleb as well. So all the USC guys, of course, a couple of other guys in the mix. Guys, Luke Cam for what he did, and then as I mentioned, RG3 had a great time in college, and seeing how he had at least a good start to his career NFL wise. and bounced around and got a moment for the Ravens, which was nice to see, and all of that. They appreciated him there too. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff, and looking forward to further Heisman races to come. Looking forward to make my own Heisman and talk about video games as we talk about at times. You be playing that at all, Noel?
Oh, of course, bro. Of course. I mean, that announcement was huge when they had my timeline that it was confirmed. It can't come soon enough. I'm ready.
You a big gamer?
I used to play. I used to play a good amount. I used to be rocking 2K mainly.
Yeah,
I don't really have time, unfortunately.
Once they come around, we got to play a little bit and see how that goes. So
we got to.
On the way. It's going to be a good time. So looking forward to all of that. Another fun topic I want to throw out to you guys. And yeah, definitely stay tuned for more Heisman talk and college football talk as the season gets closer. So that was one of two final real topics I had. The last one is something that, Noel, you're gonna be able to help us out a whole lot with. That was just in regards to Shohei watching what's going on with the Dodgers, man. I've seen you've been covering them a whole lot. Can you give us a little bit more of a breakdown of what's going on with our Dodgers right now and how well Shohei's been looking to start in spring training?
Hey, just know if that dude picks up a bat, that video of him doing that is going to go viral.
Of course.
He's the hottest stock in sports right now. I mean, truthfully, talking about his Cactus League debut, I mean, he steps up. First two at-bats didn't go too well. Third at-bat, final one of the day, homer.
Right.
Boom. Crazy. He's definition of showtime. He's coming in here. He's ready to take this team to a whole new level after two really disappointing postseasons. And I mean, the team, they went all out, spent over $1 billion in the offseason.
Right.
This was the guy that they had been wanting since 2016. And, finally things worked out. He's able to pitch and hit versus when he was first coming around and signed with the Angels. Only the Angels were able to offer him that when it came to the two LA teams. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's been amazing. I mean, what have you guys been thinking or seeing just from checking out the highlights or seeing, like, the news?
I was one of the baseball guys. So I'll let him go first, and I'll share my reaction. Go ahead, Alec, if you have anything to say.
Yeah, you mentioned his debut in spring training, where I was at work, so I wasn't able to watch, but like I was following on my phone, like the game cast, and it was like he had a strikeout and like grounded into a double play. I was like, oh, all right, not the greatest start, and then his third at bat, Oppo Taco home run.
Yeah.
So that was dope to see. I was like, all right, he wasted no time in getting on the board there with the dinger. But yeah, I expect plenty more of that to come. And definitely I'm hopeful that he can be a big help to us getting over the hump of our playoff woes of recent years. And Yamamoto is going to be a big part of that as well. He's had great showings, and Tyler Glasnow had five no-hit innings pitched a couple days
5 strikeouts, 3 innings.
Yeah, 3 innings. So yeah, that was it's been a good start, I think, for this Dodgers team. They've been putting a lot of runs on the board too in these spring training games. So obviously we know that they can put a whole lot of wins on the board in the regular season. That's not really going to be the issue. It's going to be playoff time. But hopefully, with the amount of money that we invested, as you mentioned, in the offseason, and the core guys that we already had coming back for this year, hopeful definitely that we can make a serious playoff run this year.
No, facts. I mean, multiple World Series is definitely like the outcome that we need to happen after spending all this money. That's how I would put it.
Yeah, I'm one of the casual of the group. I fully admit. So just watching from afar, I'm like, I saw him I saw Shohei hit a home run at some point. I was like, all right, I'm cool. I don't know what else has been going on. Y'all say either ground ball, whatever. Honestly, show some flashes and does his job during this time. So it's healthy. Everybody gets the rotation all figured out. Once it's really time to gear up, I'll be tuned in and looking forward to it. So definitely been appreciating what he's bringing to the squad. Hope that, as Alec pointed out, we can get over the hump this year and really make a run, at least in the near future with him on the roster for sure. I'm definitely excited for a lot of Dodger baseball on the way to here. So good in that regard. Somewhat with it and just baseball in general. I saw people are kind of mad at the jerseys this year. Is that a thing? Well, what's in the jerseys this year? Is there a real big issue?
Yeah, it is. So compared to like the original ones, what we've been seeing for the past couple of years, I think the Dodgers specifically had kind of perfected their jerseys. It was their beautiful font, really, really good color. The pants fit nicely. Nothing was weird. And then you bring around that, like the blue jerseys, I don't really find too much off with those. But kind of when you're looking at a picture of the white jerseys, they made it more of an off-white, not the wedding gown white that all the fans love. The font of that says Dodgers along with the number, it's a lot smaller. It almost looks like the jersey T-shirts that you buy. It looks very, very like off-brand. And then the pants are really see-through.
Like see-through,
yeah, the pants are see-through. And like, obviously as athletes, you wear compression shorts under you. That's it's the best thing to play sports in. But when you could see them through, it's super weird.
There was a lot of tweets going around of the different players across the league with the see-through pants. Like I think it's Nike who's doing the uniforms, right? So
Nike.
Nike and Fanatics, right?
Yeah. So it's been a major complaint across social media, and I think the players have been taking some issue with it as well too. So it'll be interesting.
I saw the person play from players. That's why I brought it up. So as soon as it's an issue, I guess I'll wait a year to get my Shohei jersey. And hopefully they can fix things as things go forward. But yeah, either way, we'll be tuned in, and hopefully they get all things straightened away as need be as time goes on. So those are all the fun stuff I wanted to get to. Any other topics y'all want to throw out there last minute before I go to our final thing? Any topics you want to throw out there, Noel, that's on your mind? Or are you good?
I think we hit everything that I would want to talk about, man. Y'all killed it.
Yeah.
Alec, anything else on your mind right now?
I think we're good. I think when you had Cam Newton on the screen, it made me think of that little rumble he got into that I saw on the timeline.
I'll go on a whole 7-on-7 rant another day. We'll save that for then. But for right now, I'm just glad he got past it. He adjusted himself, so maybe we'll get to it, maybe not. But 7-on-7 football culture, it can be funny sometimes, especially the youth sports stuff. It's a whole other ball game. But glad you got past it. And that really is the only thing really on my mind at this point. So with that being the case, final thing as we do at the end of each episode, glad to have a guest on, having Noel join us in this. Every episode we end with some
testing his ball knowledge.
Test the ball knowledge. They have the hoop grids and they have the I Call game where you have a picture to help and you have to describe what is going on in that game. So the first thing we have here for the I Call game, here's our picture. Looks like Thunder versus Pelicans. Can't fully tell. Is that Josh Hart right there?
Yeah.
Josh Hart, Ingram.
So that's mostly from at least last year. But
I'm like, is this the game where Devontae Graham hit that like buzzer beater from like 3/4?
Yeah, I think it might have been.
Okay, so the away team is the Pelicans. I always miss these damn logos. We be the Hornets? Wait, what is this?
No.
Third row on the bad. The home team is the Thunder. Go from there, bang. The year would be what year?
A couple
2022.
That sounds right.
2022. 2022. Nope.
Maybe 2021.
2021. Bang.
Yeah, there it is.
2021. Regular season for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
The head coaches. This doesn't help.
I think this is before Willie Green.
Who's this?
Oh man, what was it?
This is the Thunder coach? Who's the Thunder coach?
Is it the current coach or is it?
It might be.
Guy? Let's see, 2021.
It's not Billy Donovan.
No, it's the new guy. What's the new guy's name?
His name is like Degnault, but I don't know if he's been there since 2020.
Does it give you options? Yeah, it does. Oh no, search it up.
Yeah, you know how to spell it? Degnault.
D-E-G, I think.
D-E-G.
Oh, maybe it's a weirder spelling than that.
Yeah.
Well, what's his first name?
I think it's Mark. I don't know.
Oh yeah, there you go, Mark Degnault, D-A-I.
Yeah, I don't know if he was there in 2021, but Pels. Who was the coach before Willie Green? Was it still Gentry? Or was there someone else in between?
Might have been Gentry.
Yeah.
Let's try Gentry.
Was Gentry that year?
Try it.
Okay, Degnault is right, but Pelicans is wrong. So that'd be Willie Green then.
Go for it.
Bang. Cool.
Right.
Next, we have the players. Is that Muscala right there?
Yeah.
Is that?
I think I saw Kenrich Williams too.
I thought that was Alex Abrinas for a second.
Giddy.
That's back to the Russ OKC days.
Yeah.
How you spell his name? What's his name?
Kenrich. K-E-N-R. Yeah.
Bang.
Kenrich. Shea would be over there at this point.
Yeah.
2 years ago. I don't think James was there. Not James. No, what's his name? Jalen is over there yet.
Not
James.
yet.
Is it only OKC play? Oh yeah, only OKC.
No, we do both. We do both. I was just putting.
But OKC.
Darius
Paisley.
Derek Favors, Basley, yeah, too.
Oh no, Darius. Yeah,
Darius
Paisley right there, I think.
Yeah. I was high on him when he was starting. I remember that too.
I think a few people were. Yeah.
Damn shame. 34 is
that's Kenrich.
That's Kenrich.
Yeah.
Shea. Who's this?
Who's that? Oh, is that shit, I know his name. Fuck. Is it like Ty something?
Ty Jerome?
Yes.
Ty Jerome.
Good call.
Bang.
All right, we got 7 on that side. Can we get 5? We gotta get 12 for a bang. Can we get 5 more on the other side?
Ingram for Pelicans.
Yeah, Ingram. Devontae Graham, Josh Hart.
Josh Hart. Was Zion in this game or is he hurt?
You could try him. Is Redick still playing at this point? I don't know.
Ingram. Is that
Derek Favors? Was he there?
Garrett Temple. Say it again.
Favors was on the Thunder.
Oh, Favors on Thunder.
Yeah. Hart, Ingram, Temple. Is this Trey Murphy right here?
I don't know.
Is Jackson Hayes over there?
Lonzo
is probably
Bulls,
I think, at that point.
Yeah, at that point. Yeah. Is that Solomon Hill? Or no? Who is
that?
Maybe.
I don't know.
No, that's it was like Jordan Bell, maybe. I know he bounced around. Nope. Never mind.
He kind of looks like Jordan Bell.
Who else is on? Who's 40? Is that Garrett Temple?
Steven Adams?
I got that already.
So
Steven Adams?
Oh, yeah, he should be on the Thunder, right?
Oh, is there only players on the court or on the team?
That were
I guess no. He would have been on like the Grizzlies by now. Maybe you can try him.
They had to be active in the game. That's why Zion was.
Yeah, they had to play in the game.
Oh, okay.
Who else is on that Pels team?
Nope. 41. Oh, that's Temple.
That's Temple. Yeah. Oh, Valanciunas.
Valanciunas. There he is.
All right, that's 12, I think. Cool. Any last names just to be safe? Nope. No other Thunder names. Nope, we'll leave it at that and just take it. 7, 5, yep, 12. That's a bang. We'll take it. All players. Trey Mann, Aaron Wiggins, Jeremiah Robinson.
Nikhil Alexander Walker.
That was her. That was Trey Murphy. And
it probably was Trey, yeah.
Willie Hernan Gomez, Thomas Saransky, of course.
Saturansky,
Saturansky.
NAW. Okay.
All right. Well, good stuff there. And the last shot was Devontae Graham, y'all said.
Yeah.
Is he up down here? Bang. Cool. Good stuff there. 67%.
Decent. We've had better, but
we've done better days, but we'll take it for today. Cool stuff.
Fire.
A couple options for grids. We don't gotta do all of them, or we can if they look appealing. The hoop grid did today. Kemba Walker teammate played for exactly one franchise, and the Hornets is on the left side of top under 5 points per game. Drafted after the 20th pick. And a Cody Zeller teammate.
That's a nasty grid. We're not doing that.
All right. Crossover grids. The Rockets, the Jazz, and the Olympic gold medalists kind of tying to what we talked about earlier. Team USA.
Yeah.
Then we have the Suns, the Heat, and then one triple double on the bottom there. For crossover grids, it's probably our best bet so far. And the last grid available to us, Immaculate Grid, has 5 assists per game. Rookie of the Year, the Wizards, and somehow all the Celtics are including this. The Celtics, the Spurs, and outside of the U.S. and D.C. So I think the last two work. We can do one of or both of the last two. We can start with the Olympic one with this one. Olympic gold.
Yeah, I like the second one.
Yeah, Jazz and Rockets. I'll put. You want to say 7 minutes, 10 minutes? How you want to do this?
Yeah, whatever.
Noel,
we got limited guesses on this one, so
yeah, let's do 7 or 10.
20 minutes. All right, here we go. 7 minutes on the clock. Again, Olympic gold medalist, Jazz player, Rockets player up top has a match with a Suns and Heat player, along with someone who's got one triple double or more in their career. 7 minutes on the clock. Turn the ringer on. Starting now. Any names?
Chris Paul
for Suns Rockets.
Oh, well, that works too. But I was thinking of the gold medalist.
Oh, I put 7 seconds.
It works for yeah.
7 seconds.
I was like, what? So, all right. Chris Paul, where?
I think like he's won a gold medal, right?
Yeah, I think so.
CP3. I was saying for gold medal in Suns.
Gold medal in Suns. Chris Paul. Christopher Paul.
That's the only title he's getting.
Is it actually Christopher? What's going on here? Chris
Paul.
No.
Christopher Paul.
Oh, okay. Okay, there we go. 8.7% on that one. We'll take that. Not going for score, but we'll take the low scores if you can think of a name. Noel, any names come to mind for you yet?
For Rockets and triple double, you can put Sengun.
Okay.
Good call. That counts. 4%. Don't got a picture on there yet. Oh my God. Did Jay Crowder play for the Jazz at all?
Yeah, he did.
He did?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna put that in a second. We got comments as well. Matt is saying Chuck. Is he saying Charles Barkley Chuck? Is that what you mean by that? Allocate CP3, but picked him first, shake my head. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, man.
But as I was saying on here, I gotta get back to it. Here. Okay. What did I just say? Jay Crowder?
Yeah.
This should work. Bang. I'll take that.
Miami and Rockets could be Oladipo.
Miami and Rockets could be Oladipo. He played for the Rockets?
Yeah.
Bang. We'll take that. Right. Suns and Rockets could be.
Is that like Gerald Green? You always guess him, but I think that actually works.
I always guess Gerald Green. I think that would work.
It works here, yeah.
Would Jeff Green work for that also?
Yeah,
definitely Rockets.
Gerald Green works, probably lower score, 3.1%. Jazz and Heat, also Jazz triple double.
Kelly Olynyk for Jazz Heat.
Yeah,
it might be high, but yeah,
that's a good one.
Didn't Jordan Clarkson get triple double recently, and there was like some record for the Jazz or something like that?
Yeah, it was like his. I think it was his first triple double too.
Okay. Hopefully it counts for this. Hopefully it updates recent enough to that point.
Definitely should.
This says he played till 2023, so he might not count if it only has up until last year. Am I tripping on that?
Does it say 2024 for current players? Just put a current player's name. No.
LeBron's is 2023 also.
So it might not count it then. We'll see.
Is Victor on here? Victor ain't even on here. So
he's loud.
It goes up to so up to last year. Jazz Donovan Mitchell ever got one?
I don't think so, actually.
Maybe Rudy Gay, maybe.
Rudy Gay. I don't know if he did it on the Jazz. He was kind of lost on the Jazz.
I don't think John Stockton ever got one back then. That wasn't a thing back then. Yeah, Karl Malone getting rebounds, so he didn't need that. Did Darren Williams ever get one?
Ooh,
maybe.
I don't know if he was getting rebounds like that though.
All right, we'll skip that till the end. It's the same thing. Darren Williams. But Olympic gold medalist, D Wade, Ron.
Of course.
Did Bosch get one? Was he on that one?
I think so.
Bosch wasn't Bosch Canada, or am I tripping?
I think he was on Team USA.
He played in Canada. He's from here.
Yeah,
I think he was on Team USA.
Okay,
I think Bosch would be a good one.
All right, Bosch. We got 3 minutes on the clock, which is good. Bosch did get one. Salute. Gold medalist with one triple double. There's a whole bunch of folks in there. Kobe's got a triple double at some point in his career, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. He played 20 years. Say it.
Who's a more obscure name?
I know. I'm trying to think of a name like that too.
While we're here, I'm gonna just try it. I'm gonna put Darren Williams. He cooked for a little while. Nope. So be it.
Try Gordon Hayward.
Gordon Hayward, that's a good call. But we only have one, so we're gonna miss out. Any name a sure guess you want for the gold medalist?
Anthony Davis.
Has he got a triple double?
Yeah.
Anthony Davis? Okay. I would think he's gotten one in his career at this point.
He has like 3 career triple doubles.
Okay.
Bang. All right, cool. Karl Malone got one.
Okay.
Does it show me? I don't know. I just did. Triple double and Jazz. Oh, I don't want to guess them all. I just want to see the answer. Whatever. All right. Well, we got 8 out of 9. Could have got 9 out of 9 if we guessed Karl Malone, whatever. But good grade with that one. Going on to our last one, we reset the clock. As you guys saw, 5 assists per game, Rookie of the Year, and the Wizards are up top. Down the side are the Celtics, the Spurs, and then born outside of the U.S. So I will reset the clock. I need Tommy Heinsohn.
For Celtics.
Year.
Yeah, that's a good one.
On the clock starting now. We'll give him that because I have no clue who that is.
He used to be the broadcaster for them for the longest time.
It's not showing up. Tommy Hines. Is it Thomas?
Maybe just do it. Maybe just do his last name.
Hine. Nope.
Maybe Matt spelled it wrong.
Hine. Tom.
Tom.
Oh, of course, Tom. Tom Hines. Oh, wow. All right, then. Great. Cool. We'll take that. Going on from there, any names come to mind for the rest of it? So, yet.
5 assists for the Celtics. An easy one's Rondo, but if we want to think of like
yeah, we'll come back to that.
Yeah,
any other obscure names per season or per game is a interesting wrinkle in that. For a full season, I know, of course, those guys have gotten it a few times in games, but average all year long. Did Isaiah Thomas ever? I'm sure he got over 5 during the MVP year. That might be another notable name though, alongside Rondo. Tony Delk. I don't know who Tony Delk is.
Does that matter?
It don't matter. But, yeah. Didn't Van Exel play for the Celtics at some point?
Did he?
Maybe not. I did. Maybe not. He played Lakers, but I thought he went over there at some point too. But we'll give him the Celtics one because I don't know no Celtics like that. My answer's always Eddie House. And I'm like, I don't think he did this.
Definitely not 5 assists for
Jason Terry might have though. Tony Delk didn't either. But
Matt doesn't know his Celtics.
Matt don't know his. He messed us up. Anyways, going on from there, Spurs Rookie of the Year, Tim Duncan, David Robinson. Let's just try to get the correct guesses at this point.
Yeah, those are the only 2 I could think of.
Yeah,
Tim in '98. Yeah,
I feel like Robinson's probably a safer bet. '90.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Wizards and Celtics. I feel like I know this.
It's not one of the Morris twins. Like they played against each other, but they weren't. Like Morris wasn't on both.
I said his name before, and this name always comes to mind for some reason. Deshaun Stevenson. He played Wizards and somewhere else. Was it the Celtics?
I don't remember him on Boston.
I think Isaiah. I think
he played. I think he might have played for like the Dallas Mavericks too.
Oh, okay. Isaiah Thomas played for the Wizards, and then he played for the Celtics, right?
Right.
Yeah. IT was on the Wizards. I forgot about that.
That was when he was like the fan just said he wanted a Frosty or whatever.
Yeah.
He was playing for the Wizards.
Yeah. So there's that. We'll take that. Wizards and Spurs.
Did DeJuan Blair play for the Wizards?
That's a good call.
I know he was on the Spurs, but I don't know.
Spur. I don't know where he went from there. I could see him in the Wizards jersey, but I don't know if it's my imagination or
he's right, but I can't. Yeah,
there's been a couple of times where I thought it worked and he actually didn't play there, so I can't quite stamp it. We'll come back to that. Wizard born outside the U.S. The guy right now, Adbia, he born outside.
Oh yeah, Denny.
Yeah, Denny Adbia.
And he's been around for a couple of years, right? So he should be on here. Maybe not, Denny.
No, he'll be on there.
Oh, okay. I'm like, come on now, help us out, my lord. All right, okay, cool. We can go ahead and cross this whole row off. Rookie of the year, born outside the U.S. Luka got Rookie of the Year, didn't he? Who's an obscure name?
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons was born outside the U.S.
Should have been Donovan Mitchell, but you know.
Yeah. We'll take it though. 5 assists per game, and then born outside the U.S. Thing of the Spurs was Tony Parker. I'm sure would count for that. He also for the Spurs on that list. Yeah. But beyond that, 5 assists per game, born outside the U.S.
I think Ricky Rubio.
Rubio.
Yeah, we can't put Tony Parker on here out of principle.
Rubio. Right. Assists per game. Okay, we got 2 slots left. Well, mentally, we already said Rondo, whoever, so we know that one.
Yeah.
For the Celtics. So the other 2 that we don't quite know.
Wizards and Spurs, that's tough.
Did Patty Mills ever get 5 assists per game?
Nah. I
don't think so.
Shooter.
When paired, must be achieved with that team. Okay, so with the Spurs. I know a couple of guys that might have gotten it and then went to the Spurs after.
Derek White.
Did Kawhi get 5 assists per game?
I don't think so. He's not a big assist guy.
He wasn't a good passer with San Antonio.
Tim Duncan he passed out the pole a little bit.
Yeah, Tim but I don't Duncan know if he has 5.
I think Manu probably did.
Manu might have. Manu might be a good pull.
6-man though, but maybe.
One season he could have got. He played for like.
He definitely could have. He definitely could have. Of those 3, Manu would be my pick.
Matt says Avery Johnson.
That's a good pick.
Spurs 5 assists. We'll appreciate that. Salute.
Legendary voice there.
Yep. And then lastly, Wizards and Spurs. And we got 45 seconds on the clock. So I always say Gerald Green or Danny Green.
He played with the Wizards.
I don't think he did. I got nothing.
Give me some Juan Blair, man.
That was Bertans.
Oh yeah, Bertans.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Davis.
Sniper.
Bertans at the buzzer. Bang. So we'll take the L 999 for that. Great way to end it. A lot of good stuff there. As we end, I'll leave this up. And if you guys want to think of any name you could even try to get for this, we'll do that. But Matt said DeJuan Blair would have worked. He checked it for us.
There we go.
Appreciate that. So yeah, good stuff there. A lot of fun stuff each week on the way for you guys. Any name I hear you guys can think of as I close out for any swear, just one swear, please.
I mean, there's names for sure, but it's just nasty. It's all Hornets.
Yeah, got it. Well,
Cody Zeller, teammate. Yuck.
We'll leave it then. We'll leave it. So yeah, if everybody tuned in, we appreciate the opportunity as you guys do. Make sure you continue to show love on LA Sports Report. A lot of great stuff coming to you guys each week. A lot of LA's talk going on as we do, talking about Shohei and everything's going on across the city as things go on. More Laker talk, Clipper talk going on as the season continue to play out. We'll be covering the Pac-12 tourney on the women's and men's side as those play out. We're back next week, hopefully reacting to USC and UCLA heading up against each other and all that good stuff. And a lot of fun things will continue to be heading your way. Make sure you subscribe to the show on LA Sports Report on YouTube. A lot of great stuff going on there, as I noted. And it's exciting to continue to build this thing up. Having a fun time right now. I'm looking forward to where this is going to go, even a few months from now as well, into the summer and all of that. So appreciate everybody for tuning in. Noel, thank you for joining us. How you feel being on the show finally? Was it a good time for you?
Hey, it was awesome, bro. Awesome time. You guys be going crazy up in here talking all sports. Appreciate you guys for having me. Super fun.
Absolutely. So definitely got to run that back soon. Make sure you give Noel a follow and all of that, and stay tuned with all he has going on as well. And yeah, a lot of fun stuff, as I've said a couple of times now, is on the way here for you guys. So good streaming in the books. We'll be back on schedule next week. We'll try to get 2 streams in. One early in the week, reacting to the stuff going on, and then our weekly breakdowns we do at the end of the week. Like I said, with some of the stuff going on with the women's tournaments and all of that. And yeah, excited as we're now getting to the real tough time of the season. Playoff time is getting geared up across the board for a lot of sports, and we'll be back talking about it all. So good stuff here. Appreciate y'all as always. See you guys again real soon, man. And we out of here. Peace.
Deuces.
Cool. Let me do this for a second.